We are back in the WHUP studios with our special guests, Trois Chat, the three cats. And of course, like the Big Ten or the Pac-10 conference, there's more than three in Trois Chat. There are four players, and they are about to regale you with some fine swing and jazz manouche. Greetings, gentlemen, and how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's just kick it off with a tune.
Sure.
No one to walk with, all by myself. No one to talk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. A misbehaving, saving my love for you, for you, for you, for you. I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you that I'm thinking of. A misbehaving, saving all my love for you. Like Jack Horner in a corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. A misbehaving, saving all my love for you. Talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. A misbehaving, saving my love for you, for you, for you, for you. I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you that I'm thinking of. A misbehaving, saving all my love for you. Like Jack Horner in a corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth the wait. stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love for you. Saving all my love for you. Saving all my love for you.
Les Trois Chats. That song goes back to 1929, I think, somewhere in there. Fats Waller wrote the music.
Age we like.
Yes.
The same wages.
Well, you specialize in music that predates the modern era, mostly. Let's introduce the band right now. That was Robert Striegler on the vocal and guitar. You heard Ian Finley on the other guitar. And then you heard Josh Brinkman on the sax there. And Jody Miller on the jazz violin. Those are the 4 members of the Three Cats. Are you going to, first of all, Jody Miller's the latest addition to this group. Quite the...
He broke the math.
He did. He broke the math. And you really didn't have any choice but to add him once he appeared on the scene.
That's right.
Are you going to rename yourselves the Four Cats? Is this a debate that's going on?
4 Cats sounds terrible.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
No,
and we can't really pronounce it that well, to be honest with you.
Our French is terrible.
Our French is bad.
The quatre chats? No, that doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work as well.
No.
Maybe another animal though.
Maybe.
Or you could just
that's true.
You could just be misnumbered and let it be a mystery.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation starter.
Let the mystery be. Okay, that
the fact
sounds
that we're having
good.
this conversation now.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People
Something's
pay
working.
attention to the band because we make fun of ourselves and we can't count
right.
and we can't speak French and they think, oh, I like these guys. They're self-deprecating. Yeah.
Well, I've been hearing you once a month over at Yonder Bar across the way, and that is where you primarily play. Let's start off with your next couple of gigs there because people should go out and see you.
Yes.
These are the Thursday night jazz series.
Yep, that's right. The next one coming up is August 10th. So that's a couple of weeks from now.
Couple of weeks, yes.
Yep. And then we've got another one in September, which is on the 28th. And then, let's see.
So it's not
October
reliable
12th.
which Thursday of the month it is.
Yeah, so it's not a fixed thing. It's basically every Thursday there at Yonder's Jazz, and it's kind of a mix of different bands come rotating through, and they're not on a specific schedule.
Right.
So,
but you've been pretty much once a month, one Thursday or another.
Yes,
the last,
that's right. In fact,
6
this
or
July
so.
or this month is the only one that we didn't have one there, and that's my fault because I'm going to be on
Your
vacation
fault.
that week. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, but
Yonder's website is pretty good at keeping up the gig schedules.
Yes,
Check
they do
out
a good job. Yes,
Yeah.
Yonder Bar,
Yep.
the events page. Okay, so if we're not able to see you at Yonder, do you have? I would imagine you might be in demand. You all have other gigs. We'll talk about those in a few minutes. And you all have day jobs or teach or do something with yourselves, so it's not like you're able to just drop what you do and jet off to some other state. But do you have other gigs lined up for the next few months?
I'm trying to think. Other than the Yonder gigs, do we have any other ones?
I don't think so.
I think you should.
So, yeah.
We should. You're right.
You should.
Call us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
are.
we're terrible self-promoters. So
Yeah. There's no website. There's no Facebook
That's right. We're
page. There's pretty
mysterious
much,
that
yes,
way.
We're one
there's
of
pretty
those
much
cult,
nothing out there.
Cult swing jazz bands.
That's right.
Your
You
other
gotta be in
bands.
the know.
Your other bands have a better presence than
Yeah,
the
that could
jazz.
be. No, we've talked
version.
about trying to beef up our online presence a little bit. We do have a YouTube channel, so if you search for us on YouTube, there's a channel there, and there's a bunch of videos. So
Okay, good, including
a bunch of new ones actually from. Was it last week?
Last week.
We
played at Flask down in Briar Creek. V's Pizza. Went really well.
Yeah.
Flask. So there are other places
There
that
are, and we've played the
you
Kraken.
can be seen. Yes.
We played there before, and it's just a matter of trying to work it into schedules. And normally we've got that fairly steady once a month thing going at Yonder too, and so
Yeah.
Do you have time to work up new material? Do you have like a weekly practice session, or is that also a challenge to
For a
put
while we
together
did that, but lately, no. We're also just so professional that we don't.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
we just text each other song lists and a key.
Yeah, we do.
And then we show up and play it at a gig, and it seems to work.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there have been several times we've pulled out songs unrehearsed and just talked about them through text, and then show up on a Thursday and just do it.
Well, a lot of the standards and classics, you
Yeah.
kind of already know them, and then stylistically, once you get into the swing, you can pretty much fall into it. I imagine, and there's a certain amount of improvisation. Do you improvise all the time?
Yeah, most of our endings are improvised.
All the beginnings and endings are
they're pretty much
improvised.
on the spot. Yeah,
Sometimes the words,
yeah. I mean, all the solos are obviously.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the nice thing about kind of the jazz structure. The jazz thing's kind of new for me in the last couple of years, and so I've learned a bunch. And the structure part is the nice part, that you can sit down with a bunch of people, and there's a bunch of standards, and there's a form to it, and you just stick to the form, and it kind of works.
All right.
It's like a fancy blues jam.
And if somebody complains and says, you didn't do that right, you just say, "I know this was the 1923 release, not the 1922 release."
That's right.
And then they go away and look for a while.
And the third take.
Indeed,
That's
yes,
right.
the unreleased third take.
All right, well, let's play another tune, and then we'll come back and talk about the genesis of the band and the recording dates that you have planned, and then we'll get into some other material
All right.
about you individually. What do we got?
I can't give you anything but love. Another old one.
I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Scheme a while, dream a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the things you always pine for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets Woolworths doesn't sell, baby. Until that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. anything but love. Baby, that's the only thing I've plenty of. Baby, scheme a while, dream a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the things you always pine for. Gee, I like to see you looking swell. Baby, diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell. Baby, until that lucky day, you know darn well. Baby, I can't give you anything but love. I can't give you anything but love.
Les Trois Chats, live in the WHUP Roots Rampage studios. And you heard the same lineup there, except Josh Brinkman switched from sax to clarinet. The genesis of this band, you were doing other things musically. Robert, you are the Straight Eights instigator and have been a member of that band for a long, long time.
Long time.
What inspired you to do swing?
I mean, the Straight Eights always had a little bit of swing mixed in with their rockabilly type stuff. It was always kind of a blend. And I think I just always migrated to older music anyway. And I was, in the background listening to a lot of older music. And so I had picked up some of it, learned some jazzier chords. I was actually in a Western swing band for a little while, too.
So from the 50s to the 40s and then to the 30s
right.
and 20s.
So I learned a lot of chords in the Western Swing Band, which sort of segued into jazz. I realized that, these are the same chord progressions as a lot of old jazz songs. And so I started just noodling around with that. And then I went to an open mic night at Yonder one time, and I wasn't to play, it was just to hang out, and I ran into Josh, who had recently moved to the area, and we just started talking, and one thing led to another, and I don't know. I think I did an open mic one time where I maybe played some old songs, and he's like, I didn't know you knew more than the 3-chord rockabilly songs. So, yeah, and it kind of just went from there.
Okay, so that's how you and Josh got together, and then you added the third member, Mr. Ian Finley. How did you guys connect?
Well, Josh and I were in a swing band together, and I just wanted to play some more. And one day he said, "Hey, do you fancy coming to play bass and doing some of this stuff?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And then, we all get on really well. I think we all share a love of the same kind of music, and I'm also a huge rockabilly and Western swing fan, and old cars and old anything, really. And then I kind of was doubling on guitar and bass, which I still do. But you have stairs here, so
yes,
I just brought the
yes,
guitar.
there are stairs.
It's a big bass.
People have lugged those things up in the past, and it doesn't always go well. So
I'm
a
lazy.
wise decision. All right, and then there were 3 of you playing for a good while, and then Jody Miller joined the fray. Jody was in the Boston area.
That's right.
Living in a town I lived in once, Somerville, Massachusetts.
Oh, gotcha.
You went to the Berklee College of Music.
That's right.
And had a bunch of bands there, including a swing band.
Oh yeah. One of my projects in Boston was, I think, Heliotrope Swing.
Yes.
And we made a lot of good music together there. And I moved back home after, I lived in Boston for a while after I graduated, but it's kind of pricey up there.
Yes, indeed.
And I play music for a living, so kind of bottomed out on that. Moved back to the North Carolina area and lived for a while and tried to get back on my feet until some time had passed, and I was like, it's been too long since I've played music. Put out just a open invitation on Facebook. It was like, hey, what's up? I'm Jody. I play violin. If you're interested in doing some music together, send me a message. And I went to bed. And then I woke up and my phone had exploded with more notifications that I knew what to do with. But one of them was Ian, who said, come sit in with Nightlife sometime. And I did. And kind of linked up through that.
So you already had a background, all of you, in swing and that kind of stuff. But Jody, you had your fingers in all kinds of different musical pies.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally in North Carolina?
Born in Charlotte and then moved to Apex later on.
Apex, the peak of good living.
That's right. Did not move back to Apex when I was getting back in the area.
It has changed quite a bit, has it not? Yes.
In the neighborhood of not being able to afford.
Yes,
Sort of
getting
things.
close again. That's following you. But you decided during COVID to come back down. Was that part of the decision?
Yeah, it's my band's up in Boston. There was a lot of drama that kind of went down, but a lot of it's just like, we were playing for a while and then we weren't, and we couldn't really rehearse or book gigs, and just a lot of stuff on top of that, and the band's kind of petered out.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a thing. I was just like, well, I could start over and find a bunch of new bands, or I could move back home, be closer to family, be somewhere with like a little less saturation, shall we say.
Yes.
It's
Well-
been a great welcome.
Yes. Well, you certainly are a welcome addition, I imagine, to this band because you bring new dimensions to it. The jazz violin is not as common as maybe it should be. There are some storied jazz violinists, and it, of course, used to be more regularly part of those kinds of ensembles, and then for some reason it fell out of favor. I don't know quite why. You know anything about the history of that?
Oh, probably somewhere buried up there. A lot of it was just like stuff started to get louder. Like
yes.
it's kind of as simple as that. Like Grappelli and Django were like the big two for a while, and then everything started to get louder. It started veering kind of like away from like all of like the Dixieland style stuff that like violin sat really well in, and more towards like all of this like new modern stuff. And violinists just couldn't really keep up until we get to like people like Jean-Luc Ponty, and then by then the genre's kind of turned on its head a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Les Trois Chats, you have, as part of your repertoire, you have the swing tunes. We've been hearing some of the classics, a couple of the classics, and also gypsy jazz manouche, the Django style of playing and instrumentals. And with two guitars, that kind of works well because sometimes there are two, even three guitars in those bands.
Mm-hmm.
Can we play a jazz manouche tune?
Sure.
Let's see.
We could do. We're laughing because we're both thinking the one that he doesn't want to do. Right?
Which one's that?
Oh, the one?
Yeah, that
the one.
one.
Yeah.
What's the one?
The one?
Swing 42.
Oh, I mean, we can.
AABA.
There's also minor swing. It's always also very good.
Take your pick.
You don't want to do it?
I'll do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll do it.
Which one?
Oh, you
He doesn't
still
have
want to do
space.
42. I just
We can do
We can do
I'd rather do
42.
minor swing.
This is what
rather
happens
do
when
minor
we
swing.
get
All
off
right,
the
we're-
set
we can do
list.
decided.
Tuesday.
We've
We'll do
gotten
minor
off the
swing.
set list. It's
Okay.
my fault.
That's
It's
okay.
part of the improv.
Yes.
This is all part of the show.
This one's.
I told you I would.
Us tripping over our own feet on stage is part of the act.
That's what we do all the time.
Charming.
Charming, yeah.
This is how we
Josh
can.
is
This is how we
So
can
we
play
have
3
to-
hours
we
and
have-
2 hours
no,
of material.
I'm good, I'm good.
All right. We can do this.
All right.
Do we ever count in, or should we just like?
You can do it.
We usually kind of let you.
I'll just start.
Just we'll start. Yeah.
shot. Excellent.
Good call.
Nice.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Peppy.
Yes, very peppy. Oh. We are here with Trois Shot on Roots Rampage. And we are going to now talk about their upcoming recording session. No? Is there one in the works? Are you going to make a record? You
I
should.
think we just did it just now.
Oh, you can. Yes, you're going to take this session and turn it into a record, an EP, perhaps. No, really. Have you thought about this?
I don't know. We haven't really discussed
We
it.
kind of talk about it, but
Yeah.
occasionally. We don't have a great... You probably picked up. We don't have a vast amount of ambition beyond having a great deal of fun and entertaining an audience.
Well,
Yeah,
isn't that
that's
maybe
it.
the
And really, that's I think for me anyway, seeing an audience get like G'd up by the kind of stuff we do and getting them excited and clapping and whooping and yelling and dancing and whatever they want to do. That's what this stuff's about. Right?
Yeah.
It's not about sitting. For me anyway, it's not about sitting with a vastly expensive hi-fi system, listening deeply to which note did Django play. Right? Because they didn't think about it. They just wanted to play. And so I think we just want to play. And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're doing tonight, just playing music and having some fun. In addition, you are going to do a little bit more as far as a presence online, maybe put some of this stuff up there,
Yeah.
jam band style. Just put every
Like
show
I said,
online.
we did record some things recently and put them up on the YouTube channel there that
Yeah.
we've got. And Josh and I were talking this past week about, okay, let's go ahead and get an Instagram page up there and a Facebook
I guess
page.
we should be a real band.
I guess it's official. So.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of work.
So,
You guys
yeah.
don't
Well,
have
I mean, it is another thing to sort of, take care of and have to, maintain, I
Do you
guess.
think we do numbers on TikTok? You think we're that kind of band?
I don't know. I've never been on TikTok in my life. So
Well,
I don't know.
There's not a lot of this on TikTok, so
true.
maybe there would be a market. Because if you're the only one,
Yeah.
why can't we be on there? Just because only they are on there. I don't know.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing is for us is, booking more shows is for me, the hard part about this whole business is the booking part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's not a lot of fun. It's really one of the...
And you don't have an agent to do it for you.
No.
Well, let's talk about some of your other musical adventures. Mention the Straight Eights, which has been around since 1999.
Yeah, that's right.
Coming up on your 25th
Isn't
anniversary.
that crazy? Yeah.
Good grief. You still gig out occasionally.
Yeah, not very much.
Not
I haven't
very
actually
often.
played a show since last year.
Okay.
I've been focusing on the jazz thing and
Nice.
enjoying it, and it sort of sits in that nice sweet spot where we play a lot of weekdays now, and I get my weekends back, and so that's kind of nice.
That's plus, yes.
My wife likes that.
Yeah. Yes.
And so yeah, this is kind of what's nice about this for me too. Is it's challenging. It's harder than anything I've played before, and I'm still learning so much every time. Every time we play, I'm learning something new, and that's the part that I really enjoy. Getting to do something new and different and get better, I guess. So yeah.
Okay. Do you practice a lot on your own, if not with the band, to just try and get your chops?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah. It depends how my work week goes, how much free time I get.
Yes.
But I try to fit it in.
And how do you go about that? Do you look at charts, or do you listen to other advanced jazz players?
All of the above.
all of those things.
Yeah. A lot of times it'll just come by like picking a song that I like or trying to find something that I like and working through the chords, figuring out what the changes are, boiling down. We use iReal Pro a lot to pull up charts, and sometimes they're overly complex for what I'm trying to do with it, and so I try to boil it down a little bit. Because I have to sing over the top of it too, I really kind of have to pare it down some. And then there's just, I can't imagine what it would have been like when I was growing up and playing and have YouTube at my disposal. Now I can look up anything that I want, and, sometimes there's too much, almost. There's too many versions of something. But that's pretty much what I do. I'll look something up on YouTube and just sort of figure it out.
Now, who gets to choose the material? Is it a group effort? Do you all throw songs or tunes into the pot, and then you come to an agreement that would be a good one? Or, I don't know, Swing 42, maybe.
Hey, I like the song. It's fine.
There's a lot of moving parts.
It's a lot of chord changing.
Yeah, it's just a
constantly.
1625.
Yeah,
With two keys.
The fridge is evil.
Yeah, we all kind of bring tunes to the table, but I kind of give priority to the ones that Robert or another vocalist want to do. If someone actually learns a song vocal part, that we kind of prioritize that one. But we do a lot of instrumental too. It's pretty collaborative, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody gets kind of a voice in that. Yeah.
Have you delved into some of the sort of more obscure vocal tunes? Because there were some great ones that never really rose to the surface as far as popular appeal
I
is
don't know. A lot of
concerned.
times I just hear a song somewhere. I'm like, oh yeah, that one. That's a great tune. I wonder how hard that one would be, and then just try to work through it, or see how the vocals work on it. If I can't sing it really, then it's not going to be very fun. So, yeah.
All right. Les Trois Chats, our special guests. The Fabulous Nightlife Boogie. Two of you play in this band that was playing everywhere for a little while, it seemed. 2-3 times a week I kept seeing your name. And that would be Ian and Josh, both currently playing with that band, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And you have a record that just came out. So you are an active band, more active perhaps even than this one, although not necessarily on stage. But the Fabulous Nightlife Boogie, it's kind of a combination of R&B and rock and roll and some other roots kinds of musics. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we kind of concentrate on that period between, or kind of the end of the swing era, very beginning of R&B, rock and roll, kind of mid-late 40s to early 50s when you see in that
it's
time period.
We're kind of a mix of like Louis Jordan, Louis Prima, and then some of the sort of more bluesy players like T-Bone Walker, that kind of thing. But we like stuff that you can dance to, and we do a few slow tunes as well. But yeah, anything that's got a jump. If you had to boil it down, it's jump blues. I mean, that's of various kinds, from the sort of Vegas era right the way back to Roadhouse blues, really.
Yeah, starting with Sun Records and that period.
Yeah, I mean before that. Well, yeah,
Before
that. Not so much Sun. I mean Specialty. If you really wanted to hear it, go back.
Oh,
to
you recorded the record at Sun.
Oh, sorry.
Sun,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened was we won the Triangle Blues Society's Blues Challenge back last year, and then January this year we went off to Memphis to play in the finals, which was fun. And we thought, well, while we're there, let's go record. So we booked a night at Sun Studios because it's still a working studio, out of tour hours, and we did 5-6 tracks I think it was live, and brought them home, did a little bit of mixing and tweaking, and there we are. We've released a record.
Yes.
So we took a bit of a hiatus because our piano player Irv Goldstein sadly became very ill when we got back from Memphis and passed away a couple of months later. So we all kind of took a deep breath and went, okay, and lots of things in life came up, but we're getting back on the gig scene again. So we played last night at the Piedmont Swing Dance Society out in Greensboro, and I think we're playing next Saturday. Where the heck is that?
We're playing at Yonder.
Oh, we're playing Yonder. Oh,
Yeah.
that's next Saturday, is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I knew I didn't have to bring a PA, so that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just over the road, which is fabulous. Come see us. We try and have a lot of fun as well.
Did you replace your piano player, or are you now down to a
Couldn't
quartet?
replace her.
So you're
I
down
can be
from a
absolutely
quintet
honest.
to a quartet?
No, we have another piano player, but we have a great guy called Dave.
You added a new piano
Who's
player.
he's different style, different feel. He's his own guy, and he's a great player and a fun guy to be with too.
The Fabulous Nightlife Boogie. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about some of your other pursuits when we return from your next tune. What have we got?
I think we can do After You've Gone.
Okay.
You guys good?
Yeah.
After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you'll feel blue, you'll feel sad, you'll miss the best friend that you've ever had. There'll come a time, don't you forget it, there'll come a time when you'll regret it someday. When you feel lonely, your heart will break like mine. You'll miss me only after you've gone, after you've gone away. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you'll feel blue, you'll feel sad, you'll miss the best friend that you've ever had. There'll come a time, don't you forget it, there'll come a time when you'll regret it someday. When you feel lonely, your heart will break like mine. You'll miss me only after you're gone, after you've gone away.
The Trois Shot joining us in the WHUP Roots Rampage studios. You all have really interesting gigs. One of you is a professional musician. That would be you, Jody. Would you call yourself that?
I think we're all professional musicians.
Well, I mean, you get paid, but you all have other jobs that are not music related. You teach a lot.
I teach a bit.
A little bit.
I do also have another job.
You do?
At this point in time.
What is that?
Because I don't enjoy complete bankruptcy.
Okay, yes, fair enough.
But yeah, I actually just recently started working at Music and Arts, just for like retail stuff. It's been fine. It's still nice to be like around like music as part of my day gig though.
What is Music and Arts?
Music and Arts is a music like retail chain, mostly on the East Coast. They're I think recently like got bought out by, it's like a part of Guitar Center, but handles a lot of like a lot of like student rentals, primarily student stuff. Like we do student lessons in house, and just like catering to different kind of music needs.
Okay, and you also teach privately. How are you doing with building your base of students?
Okay, it's slow going. I honestly right now do not have a ton of time for an entire like kind of studio of students. I'd love if I did, and eventually graduating to that kind of level once I do have like enough people with interest would be fantastic. But yeah, I'm doing well with lessons. I really do enjoy like teaching privately. And I've had a really great handful of students that I'm working with.
Well, you are classically trained, so you can teach them anything, right? Or do you like
Sure.
students who want to get beyond, who want to learn the classical method, but then they hear you playing swing and they go, I want to do that.
My niche is definitely the stuff that veers towards the alternative. I love classical. I have a lot of love for classical music, and I wouldn't have stuck with violin as long as I did if I didn't. But I didn't really start loving it until I started making it mine. When I discovered like jazz specifically, and then all these other styles, like just I kind of got dipping my toe in a little bit of everything right now. But yeah, I would definitely, especially in teaching, I work best with like when it's people that are trying to branch out, especially of branching out of classical and trying to get experience with different kind of techniques, different kind of genres and perspectives.
Nice. Now, you also are a member, you tell us, of a country band.
That's right.
A country rock band, Snapback.
Snapback. That is a band that I've been playing with my father, which is an experience. Usually it's a good one. Yeah, no, it's I would sit in with them whenever I came to visit, and after I moved back, they were just like, you should really be just playing with us full time. And I was like, yeah, that's probably true.
They need a fiddler.
They need a fiddler.
Yeah, they do.
Country stuff, it's fun, man. It gets a lot of flack from, like, certainly it gets a lot of flack from me, even, but it's a fun time. It can be trashy sometimes, it can be beautiful sometimes, and most importantly, the people here love it.
Yeah.
And I'm a little adrenaline junkie, so I feed off of any energy the crowd's gonna.
I played in a
put my
band
way.
with my dad too. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
It's good. I played in a band with my dad and my wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a full family Irish band called Bog Turtle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of related to the country thing.
Mm-hmm.
I played Tin Whistle and Bowron in that band, and we played down in Apex a lot at Doherty's and Cary. And it's fun. We play jigs and reels, and
You did a St. Patty's Day gig, if I recall, somewhere down
at Yonder.
here.
Yeah.
Yes,
I wanna say
Yonder.
I've
Yes, you were
wandered
Every
here.
year we
Yes.
do it. Yeah, we
I've
do
wandered
it.
into one of your gigs at Doherty's before with my
Well,
mom
you should bring your violin.
Honestly,
Yeah.
every time I go to Doherty's, it's like, I don't know, there's a chance.
Yeah.
Just bring the fiddle.
Just
with
bring
me.
it. Or I'll let you know next time we're there. You can sit in.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Bog Turtle.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and when you're not playing music, you teach history. In fact, you're at Elon now. Is that right?
I teach. I adjunct. Sometimes I'm at
Yes.
Elon. I'm teaching at Virginia Tech online in the fall. So I'm kind of looking for something a little more permanent, but it's fun. I like teaching college. I'm actually writing a book right now on a history book. So
What's the topic?
it's kind of like the history of agricultural technology. My field's history of technology. So yeah, getting that keeps me busy.
Is that what brought you down to North Carolina? You were in Virginia, at Virginia Tech, I guess, for a while.
Yeah, my wife teaches at Elon. She teaches engineering. That's what brought us here.
Nice.
Yeah, I lived in Lynchburg, Virginia, and before that I lived in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So I've been playing music all over the country, and I've been playing. I still play with a funk band on occasion, a funk R&B band that's based in Lynchburg called Apple Butter Soul, and we do weddings and corporate events and bigger festivals. So.
That's a really good band name.
Yeah,
That.
Apple Butter Soul, and it's a big 8-piece horn section with 2 vocalists, and it's a big show band at this point. But we started very small, just in a little club with me and the piano player, and it turned into this kind of bigger group by now. So I've been playing with them for about 12 years now, on occasion. So they're really good, and they're really fun. It's very different than this
Indeed.
funk R&B,
Yes.
and I love it. I love funk music, so I try to play as many genres as I can do, because you learn something from every style of music.
Yes. Okay. Well, agricultural machinery.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nice segue, actually, because
It's about the
Robert-
people that use them more. It's kind of like how people form their identity with machinery that they use.
started.
Anthropomorphic.
I've started.
Not anymore.
Nobody wants to hear about my book.
We have the best drives to gigs, though. I get a whole free education.
Well,
It's like,
Yeah. When we're in a car on the way to an out-of-town gig, it gets, rather
pretty cool.
philosophical. Sometimes.
well, speaking of machinery, Robert, you're apparently one of those tinkerers who advanced to designing advanced machinery and equipment.
Yeah, I'm kind of self-taught, but I do engineering. And
Were you one of
design
those
work
kids
now.
who took erector sets and built
Oh, yeah,
things and did all
absolutely.
that? And
If I wasn't tinkering on something, taking it apart, putting something together, making something new, then I was not happy.
yes, and you made a career out of it. So
yeah.
you're a mechanical
I didn't
designer.
I didn't plan to do it that way, but it worked out that way.
What's an example of a machine that you designed? A fun machine.
I don't make fun machines. They're not that fun.
They're fun because they'll cut your
The
fingers
company
off, right?
that I work for, we're kind of changing scope right now, but for a long time, most of the equipment I was working on were rotary machines for the paper products industry. So a lot of large, heavy steel cylinders with knives and things flying around.
So they would cut your fingers off. Yeah, that could be fun.
They could kill, yeah.
Great job for a guitar player.
Yeah, real fun. But it was the design work for that. And now I'm actually sort of working on projects in hydrogen fuel cells. So
Dang.
that's actually kind of cool. I mean, it sounds cooler than probably what I'm personally working on, but
Okay.
but still, it's fun. I do a lot of 2D and 3D design work. So
A lot of online and computer stuff now with all of that.
Well, I'm working from home mostly now. Not always. I think I have to go in tomorrow. But I work with a lot of people, around the globe too. And so, being on a computer, you can do that from anywhere. And so, it's pretty nice being able to work from home a lot.
And now let's turn our attention to Ian Finley, who was not originally from North Carolina.
how can you tell?
Tipped you
You're
off.
not.
But you're here, speaking of IT, working in some advanced departments over there at our friends at IBM.
If you've been looking at my LinkedIn,
I have, yes.
He's got
Don't
his
post
homework.
your stuff,
all the
or I will
lies.
see it. Yes.
yeah, I found the fastest way to stop having a conversation at a party when somebody says, "What do?" You go, "I'm in IT." That's generally the end of it, unless they want you to fix their laptop. Which, yeah. So I tend to gloss over that. That pays for the toys, and I work with some fantastic people. I've got a team in Brazil, in the US, in the UK, and in Japan. And they're all great people, and that's really what makes it.
Yeah.
The job's a job. You've got stuff to do and stuff to deliver.
It does sound pretty lofty. You're responsible, if this is accurate. You never know about
It's-
LinkedIn, but
It's fairly accurate.
the operation of IBM's own Z Systems, the largest mainframe operation in the world. You're responsible for this?
So if my manager is listening, yeah. I mean, it's a bit more complex than that. I mean, it's a very, 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 very large platform. The world's banks all run on that stuff, pretty much, and as do huge airlines. If you've ever stood there in check-in and the person behind the check-in is tapping away, tapping some more, and looks at you, looks at your passport, looks at the screen, that's basically running on one of our systems. Fortunately, I don't run that stuff. Otherwise, I would be able to check in early everywhere. But I don't get that privilege. Yeah, we just have to keep it up and running, make sure the revenue flows and all that kind of.
Are you traveling around the world on a regular basis?
No, I haven't really. I used to in previous jobs when I was back in the UK. Travel quite a lot, but no, in this job, no, we just get online now. I think that's one of the things that a lot of businesses learnt from COVID is how to be able to operate remotely. And the really interesting challenge is, how do you get new people into the business to be able to feel part of a team without being able to get together? And it's something that very few businesses, I think, have got right. I think IBM's done it extremely well. So, you know,
It's kind of like being in a band and making that work in a micro kind of way, maybe.
It's actually very similar. I mean, you've all got the idea is that everyone's got to understand what the goal is, and if everybody understands what you want, what you're trying to achieve, and everybody has an idea as to what their part in it is, and you don't tread on each other's toes, then you get, you know, what the outcome is. And for us, it's getting people excited and up on their feet and happy, and you know, from the bar's point of view, drinking, and from our point of view, putting money in the tip jar and coming back for another show.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, I've sort of IT is just. I mean, it's been fun. I've had quite a decent career in it, but really, the career that I look back on has really been in music. I mean, you probably know that the swing and rock and roll and rockabilly and jump jive scene in the UK and Europe is huge, and it never really went away after the war, and it just carried on. And I was fortunate enough to be in a band called the Metrotones, which still pretty much is Europe's top doo-wop act. So I've been playing doo-wop since I was 16, and we played all over Europe, and we backed tens of original artists, and had a fantastic time doing it. And then I come here and everybody's forgotten about it, which has been the subject of many discussions with Josh as to what the heck happened in American history to cause you guys to forget all the great stuff that you did. So I came here, and it's like, yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And then I found these guys, and here we are.
Le Trois Chat. Well, let's play another tune, and then
All right.
we'll see if we got time for another one.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
By the way, you're
Avalon?
listening to WHUP LP Hillsborough.
Can we do that? If we're not going to have time for it.
How much time we got?
As much as you need. We'll do. You want to do two more?
Yeah.
That's
Two
what we're
more.
thinking. Yeah.
Two more.
All right.
All right, let me just find.
Found my love in Avalon, beside the bay. I left my love in Avalon and sailed away. I dream of her and Avalon from dusk till dawn, and so I think I'll travel on to Avalon. Take it away, guys. beside the bay. I left my love in Avalon and sailed away. I dream of her and Avalon from dusk till dawn, and so I think I'll travel on to Avalon, and so I think I'll travel on to Avalon.
Le Trois Chat. You can catch them at Yonder Bar on average one Thursday per month, and the next one you said is the 11th,
The 10th.
10th?
August 10th.
Yes, that would be in fact a Thursday. Is the next one coming up? Just a few weeks, and beyond that, you can hire them. I imagine,
Sure.
if they are available, you should hire them. Any what event would you be the best at? A wedding, a funeral, a
Funeral.
well, hey, my funeral. Yeah.
Django did do a cover of the funeral march, right? Something like that.
I have to dig into that and see.
I mean,
We would be
people
great
should
at
have
any
happy
event.
funerals. Why are funerals always somber? In New Orleans,
right.
they're not.
A lot of weddings, like galas, garden parties, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Those
Outdoor
folks love swing
Jazz
jazz.
festivals,
Yeah,
really
jazz festivals would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're planning a wedding, right, and your mum says, "Let's get a string quartet," get us instead.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
That's right.
I know just the string quartet.
I feel like we could really turn up a murder mystery party.
Oh, that would be fun.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the
Is that a
box.
common thing?
Who killed? Who killed Dark Eyes?
How do people get in touch with you if they need to? And then not look up your LinkedIn pages. That would not be.
Yeah, I
The
would
best
do
way.
that.
That would be indirect.
I think Josh has been our main contact person, really.
Oh, well, I can be contacted over Instagram at Josh Brinkman Music.
That's right.
That's sort of
Yeah,
indirect
we'll,
way.
We'll have an Instagram page up here.
We-
at the
there you
Demo,
go.
too.
We have
You can
and
get
we
us
have
there.
a YouTube channel.
It'll still be Josh you'll be
Facebook, yeah.
contacting, I imagine, right? Who will manage?
Robert
It might be
will
me,
be- yeah.
actually.
Oh.
But, it's okay. We talk a lot, so.
Okay. So you'll be the Instagram guy. You'll have to
Yeah, it
post.
sounds like it.
You'll have to do the posting.
I will. I already kind of do that sometimes on my page, and then we just link it all together. But
Okay.
Josh does too, so.
Le Trois Chat.
Yeah.
The three cats. All four of them.
All four of us.
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure, fascinating, and we'll be there probably as long as I'm able next time you're playing at
Yeah.
Yonder Bar, and good luck with everything. I thought
Thanks for having us.
it's interesting,
Absolutely.
all the things that you have pieced together to make this happen, and we'll close with one more tune.
All right.
I guess you've got
This one's
something?
for Ian. Ian really loves Western swing, so we throw in some Western swing.
Is this the one you're singing a harmony on?
Yes.
Good. Oh, good.
It's a bit of a
I've been
medley.
waiting. Okay,
It is a
good.
medley.
I think I learned the harmony for this one. This is the first time with a mic in front of me.
What's that?
I think I learned the harmony for this one.
Oh, yes, sing. Why not?
We just wing it all the time anyway, so.
Oh, sweet and lovely, let it be good. Oh, let it be good to me. I'm so awfully misunderstood. Oh, let it be good to me. I'm all alone in this big city. Please have pity on me. I'm just a lonely babe in the woods. Oh, let it be good to me. Black gal with the red dress on, some folks call her Dinah. She took her heart away from me down in Louisiana. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Little bee sucks the blossom, big bee gets the honey. Poor boy picks the cotton, rich man gets the money. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Walk and talk Susie, walk and talk Susie, walk and talk Susie, walk and talk Susie. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Would I like to go to Tulsa? Boy, you know I sure would. Take me back to Archer, and I'll walk down to Greenwood. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to wed thee.